So this week's topic of Amuna Mondays was advancing without the need of recognition. And before we begin, the class is dedicated to a couple names. They are Refuah Shalema for Leah Lilach Bat Sarachana. May she have an immediate, speedy, full recovery. And Le'uli Nishma for Gabrielle Masauda Bat Sarah and Roger Asher Ben Marcel. May both their nishamas have the ultimate aliyah. It's also in honor of the safety of Israel and everyone there, as well as every wounded and fallen soul, especially the hostages. May they all come home safe. So the topic of advancing without the need of recognition. The reason I chose this topic was because growing up, I've seen a lot of people and how they operate built off of recognition. And I don't judge. I just sit there. I just observe. I'm just a people person. I just like to observe and people watch. And I've noticed they don't last. That mindset, that fuel, the recognition being the fuel, doesn't last. It might get you from point A to point B, but in the long run, it's not getting you all the way. It's not. And I realized it's a great topic to bring up because at the end of the day, it comes down to emunah. It comes down to faith. And it takes confidence to establish faith. It takes understanding to establish faith, and it takes connections. Connections need to be built and worked upon. It's not something that's just you have it. You don't just have faith. There's reasons behind faith, and even when those reasons now fail to be seen, the faith is still incorporated there. It's still there. And somebody that needs recognition, like needs to be recognized for what they do and needs to be credited and acknowledged, is somebody that just lacks confidence. That's really what it comes down to. They're not confident. A confident person doesn't really care if they get the recognition. Like a humble person, humble people are confident. It's like they don't need the claps. They don't need everybody to know their name behind something. They just do. It's like, I know it's good. I don't need your approval on if it's good or not. I know it's good, so I'm doing it. It's nice to get the approval. It's nice to get the recognition, but it's not their fuel. And that's an important thing to ask yourself is it the fuel? Is the recognition that I'm receiving the fuel to me continuing going anywhere or growing? And if it is, then that's something that needs to be worked on. Because it's not like, oh, shame the recognition. Don't let people clap for you. Don't let people root you on. No, it's great. And if they feel the need to do it and they feel the want to do it, let them. It has nothing to do with them. It's like, don't shame it because you don't know how to control it. Work on it. Work on the fact that even when I get the round of applause, I'm still going to perform the exact same way. And yeah, if not, maybe even better. But that's not the fuel for it. It's just because, okay, I know I'm doing a good job. But even if I don't get the round of applause, I still know I did the best job I can. The round of applause, the good jobs are not determining if I did a good job or not. It's not being the fuel. Like, oh, if I didn't get round of applause at the end of a speech, I'm not showing up next week and giving a speech. Like, that's not good. That's not a proper way to go about something. And it takes confidence. And we've done the confidence, the difference between confidence and egotistical, and they're extremely close, and it's an extremely fine line. So we went over that in the class as well, and somebody actually mentioned, we were talking about egotistical, like using the word egotistical, and he mentioned, like, are you using the right word, or are you possibly like intending to say narcissistic? And the truth is, the way I look at it, it was a very good question, because it's like when you're sitting there and giving a motivational speech and you're feeling like all motivational, like, yeah, I'm doing this because like you're giving yourself a pat on the back and kind of telling yourself that you're really good and you're up there and you're at the level to give people motivation. Yeah, it could get to your head. Egotistical could be one, and narcissistic could be another one. You can just continue praising yourself. And the truth is, I looked at it like egotistical is more internal. Nobody can really tell you if you're egotistical. It's something you need to tell yourself. At the end of an amazing speech, you could be giving that speech the whole entire time thinking you're better than everybody else. You're better than everybody. And it's like, I'm sharing what What you guys lack? Coming from like a point of view of like, I'm higher than you. It's very egotistical. But the truth is, it can come across as a really motivational speech. but the intent that I have behind it can be very egotistical, and only I can tell you that. Only I can tell myself that, and truly determine that. So egotistical is more internal. When I felt like narcissistic is more on the outside. It's more of like you verbalizing to others, to yourself, it's like it's more external. And a lot of this confidence thing, a lot of this recognition is more external. It is, but the true root of it is internal. It's like, why do you need the round of applause? Why do you need everyone to know that you're donating? Why do you need this? And a lot of people say, it's always great to publicize these things. It is. But it's also extremely dangerous, because it's like, why are you publicizing it? Are you publicizing it for the actual purpose of expressing it and publicizing it and hopefully it'll motivate others to do the same thing? Or does it look good on your resume? Does it make you look good as a person? Your street cred, it's like, be honest with yourself. And the thing is, a lot of people don't ever even want to entertain the concept of egotistical. And like I said, confidence rides really close to it. And nowadays, it's like people really stay away from confidence. They don't have too much confidence. Or if they feel like they are, it's like they're scared everyone's going to think they're all that in a big shot. So they'd rather talk themselves down. And it's like, you have to be your biggest fan. And that's confidence. And it's not confidence from a point of view of, oh, I'm better than you, I'm this, I'm all that. It's truly knowing yourself. Falling in love with yourself is confident. It's like, I know and I can trust the fact that I'm making a good decision. I don't need somebody's approval. I don't need the round of applause. I know what I'm saying is good. Why? Because I lived it and I'm speaking from my heart. I'm not speaking from a place of, oh, I am the best, I am this, I'm that. No, I know I'm saying good because I'm genuinely mean everything that I say. And it's like, some people will, after a conversation or after a speech, will be like, wow, that was an amazing speech. And another one will be there and be like, bro, that was the most like so self-centered talk and this and that. It's all that. Well, again, you can't please everybody. But when you realize and you have the confidence in yourself, you realize it doesn't matter. I'm not trying to please anybody, because the truth is, you don't know me. Nobody knows who you are other than you and God. And it's like, so fall in love with yourself and get to know yourself, and you'll realize that you start carrying yourself with confidence. Not that you're better than them, but it's like, I know the real reason why I say what I say and do what I do. And it's like, I don't need to entertain answering questions of why. Ask a legitimate question. Ask how. Like, oh, wow, you have so much money. It's like, an average person is not going to entertain that. And if they are, then they're probably very self-centered. But it's like, you sit there and ask a wealthy person, how did you make your wealth? I promise you, they'll sit down and have that conversation with you. If it's legit and they come about it the proper way, they have no problem sharing it. They love the fact that it's like, wow, this person actually wants to know how and not just look at the result of it. It's like, oh, he has a nice car. Yeah, but you don't know how many years and tears and friendship and loss of friendships and tireless nights and sleepless nights went into getting that car. But it's like, oh, you have this car, so you must be on top of the world, So it's a very big eye-opener, and I think that's extremely important. At the end of the day, it really starts with confidence, and confidence comes from knowing yourself, and at the same time, feeling like somebody knows you, and Hashem knows every ounce of you. And when you understand that, you operate on, your confidence is fueled by yourself and God. And that's it. So it's like, I don't need the recognition from everybody, because I know deep down that I'm doing what I'm doing is good, and Hashem's going to back it up, and Hashem's going to show me how he loves it, how beneficial it is, how amazing it is, by continuing and allowing it to grow. And that's where it really starts. So it really does line up with Emunah. So again, this topic, the names are Refuah Shalema for Leah Lilach Bat Sarah Chana, and Luli Nishma for Gabrielle Masauda Bat Sarah, and Roger Asher Ben Marcel, as well as the honor and safety, I want to in honor of the safety of Israel and everyone there, as well as every wounded and fallen soul. And may we get all of our hostages back safely. Have a good week.